Please rise to the flag. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Meeting called to order. Okay, roll call.
Guy Holt.
Here.
Paul Backus. Here. Phoebe Corn. Here. Sally Benning. Here. And Mayor Harlan Clements.
Okay, first thing we're going to do, we're going to close our regular meeting, and we're going to go to closed session to talk about the Lake County contract. So we need a vote to close this portion of the meeting.
I make a motion to close the meeting and go into a special meeting in regards to the Clay County contract.
Second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, this portion of the meeting is closed. We're moving to closed session. We'll be back. Okay, need a motion to reopen the regular meeting.
I move we do that. Yes.
You made the motion?
Yes.
Second? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, meeting called to order. Okay, let's proceed. Approval of last month's minutes. Okay, any question?
I make a motion that we accept the July 3rd meeting.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, motion carried to accept July 3rd meeting. And we also have July 9th. Any question on the July 9th meeting? No. The motion.
Oh, we did a motion. Accept the minutes.
This
This
is
is
July
the
9th.
special meeting, the 9th. We did the 3rd, we got to do
Oh,
one for the
okay, I'll
9th.
make a motion to accept the July 9th meeting minutes.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried to accept the July 9th special meeting. All right. Put that down. Financial report.
So this is treaty supply.
Huh?
Treaty supply, and maybe I'm jumping the gun a little bit, but this is under approval of water, we got 4,700 or 405?
Multi supply.
Yeah.
It's asphalt
Says
patch.
purple. Says purple. Okay.
Asphalt patch.
This is not. Okay, we're doing the financial report right now, which is this. Not the bills yet, the financial
Oh, okay.
report, okay? Unfortunately, she has the financial report with the bills underneath the financial report.
Right.
So, okay.
You have the bill? Here. You got it, okay. That's all right. Okay. You, any questions regarding the financial?
Make a motion to accept the financials for July.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries to accept the financial. City clerk.
Now we can do the bills. Now let's do the bills.
Oh, okay, we're gonna be good to the bills.
Yeah, because she doesn't actually have that on the agenda.
Okay, all right. The bills. Paying the bills.
Bakersville Water, $4,776. Shooty Supply, $405.70. AGC, $453.75. Coaster Compliance, $84.95, which makes the total amount bills due $5,645.16.
Make a motion to pay the bills.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries to pay the bills.
Who seconded that?
Paul.
Okay. Clerks. Like the clerk report here on the,
Yeah, Linda would like to buy a couple of shelves so that she can do some cleaning in her office and put stuff on shelves so that they'd be easier to find.
and go through our records.
Yes, and go through the records in the
Organize
same
them.
closet, yes, and do some organizing,
That's gonna take a while.
yeah,
Well, if she needs the shelves to help
yeah,
do the sort.
yep.
I move we buy them shelves.
Okay, you approve the shelves?
Yeah, I'm moving to do it.
Okay.
You gotta have that organized.
Yeah, we need,
I'll second
You
that.
gotta have room to do
okay,
that.
all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries to purchase the shelves.
And Matt will put them together.
Yeah, Matt.
Got a project coming, Matt.
Okay, the update on the Phase 3 water project. We turned Kansas City Water on, and we had a problem. It was too much pressure, and the regulator in there will not, we can't get the pressure down, and we had a leak in there, so we had to go back to Craigslist water until we get that straightened out. So, we had a leak. We had, a couple of leaks. We had one down here, just blew the pipe completely out of the ground. All the pressure. It was like 180, I believe, at one point,
So
it should,
faulty pressure regulator?
yeah, that's what they said. I don't know if you can regulate it down enough or not. You have
We're
to-
not sure yet if the regulator is bad or if there's something else going on. I did have it turned down, and then obviously it did go back up. My understanding is that the leak may have caused the pressure to go back up because of the sudden influx, the sudden demand of water after that pipe broke. It may have floated the valve open, which caused more pressure to come through.
What's our normal pressure from Princeton?
So actually from Pratersville, it comes in at I want to say 155 or 160.
Still pretty high, okay.
So,
Yeah, but it fluctuates from time to time.
but yeah, it does fluctuate depending on high decker and everybody else.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had it at 165 when I left for the day.
No, it shot back up.
It shot back up for whatever reason, so Monday we'll figure it out.
So is that our contractor Shelby going to look at that, or is that Kansas City?
No, so Sylvie suggested I use ESI, which is who built the pit, to come and do it. So I contacted ESI. They're going to come out Monday at noon, and we're going to take a look at it. And Monday morning, I actually talked to them, and Monday morning I'm going to try to turn it back on, but I'm just going to turn on creels, because we have a valve that we can isolate the rest of town. So I'm going to try to get adjusted the creels to see if it works. But either way, he's going to come out at noon. So if anybody wants to be there, he's going to kind of give me a crash course in the workings of that pit. So, and then from there, I'll write up a paper in case I'm not around, so that somebody else can, if there's an emergency, somebody else knows what they're doing in there. But
Also, we do have a leak on 122nd Street. It's not a real bad leak, but we can't find it, and Decker's going to come out and try to locate it for us, what, Monday?
yes,
Is that
Monday
correct?
at 10.
Monday, okay.
So Monday will be a busy day.
It's on the other side of the low water bridge, and we can shut it, that just shuts Guy off, but, we shut it off today for a while. It's on it. So anyway.
Take 2 showers that day.
But anyway, you still have water. It's not a real significant leak, but it is a leak, okay? It's gonna be fixed. Okay, and I have a floodplain coming in here. I'll look at it.
Is that the floodplain permit? It's mentioned here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
What's that address?
Huh?
What's that address?
23418 Second Avenue. So, it's up to you to approve or disapprove, so. Okay.
I'll second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries to accept the floodplain development permit. All right. Old business. You know, anything on the old business? Okay. All right, we'll move on to new business. It's reading the new ordinance for approval of election on November 4th, 2025 for the annexation of Rhoda's property. It's going to vote in November. Yeah, I'll have the,
We need to read this?
yeah, I'll have to read it, yes.
Do you want me to start off?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, ordinance number 3250807, an ordinance for the city of Mosby, Missouri, calling for election on November 4th, 2025, to submit qualified voters of the city the question of whether to annex certain territory into the city of Mosby, Missouri, and authorize the city clerk to take such actions as are necessary to place the question on the ballot. Whereas Section 71.012 RSMO authorizes the Board of Aldermen of Mosby, Missouri to annex unincorporated areas which are contiguous and compact to the existing corporate limits of Mosby, and whereas pursuant to Section 71.012 RSMO on May 1st, 2025, David Rodas submitted a signed and notarized petition to the Board of Aldermen of Mosby requesting that the annexation of 89 acres owned by him, contiguous and compact to the existing corporate limits of Mosby, and whereas on June 30th, 2025, the board held a public hearing to consider the proposed annexation and receive testimony and evidence for and against the proposal, and whereas Section 71.012 RSMO provides that if 5% of the registered voters of the city of Mosby object to the annexation, a municipal election is required to annex the land. And whereas on or before July 14th, 2025, the board determined that more than 5% of the registered voters of Mosby objected to the proposed annexation, now therefore be it ordained by the Board of Aldermen of Mosby, Missouri as follows. Section 1, pursuant to Section 71.012 RSMO, David Rodas commenced the annexation process on May 1st, 2025, when he filed his petition with the Mosby Board of Aldermen requesting the city annex 89 acres owned by him, contiguous and compact to the existing corporate limits of Mosby. Section 2, extending the city limits of Mosby to include the adjacent territory described herein is reasonable and necessary to the proper development of the city, and the city has the ability to furnish normal municipal services to the area to be annexed within a reasonable time. Written objections to the proposal annexation were filed with the Board of Aldermen on or before July 14th, 2025 by at least 5% of the qualified voters of Mosby. Section 4, pursuant to Section 71.012 RSMO, an election is hereby called and ordered to be held on Tuesday, November 4th, 2025, for the purpose of submitting to the qualified voters of the city of Mosby, Missouri, the following proposition.
Official ballot, City of Mosby, Missouri, November the 4th, 2025. Shall the City of Mosby, Missouri annex the following described real property into the corporate limits of the city? The real property for annexation consists of the following parcels and land suited in Clay County, Missouri, each identified by Clay County parcel numbers and abbreviated legal description, and identified by its assigned street name. Property address 13603 Rhodus Avenue, parcel 1210200030120, beginning northeast corner, southeast 1/4, southwest 1/4, south 992.7, west 330-S330-W98.2, north 347.4, northeast 266.2, NLY 801.6, E1134.6 to POB. Property address 13606 Cameron Road, parcel 1210200030110, beginning southwest corner of southwest 1/4, southeast 1/4, east 330.6, north 330.6, east 1617.3, south 330.6, west 16101 to POB. Property address 13583 Cameron Road, parcel 121040002000103, beginning north 1/4 corner section, east to WL Lot 1 Rhodus Farm, SYLY, I'm not for sure what this means, aligning NLLT to 1 WL northeast 1/4 to north to POB. Property address Cameron Road, parcel 121040002000101, beginning north 1/4 corner section, south to north to NLLT 1 Rhodus Farm, west 340, south 1370, west 950, north 1648.1, east 1320 to POB. Yes or no? If a majority of the voters cast on the question by the qualified voters voting therefore are in favor of this question, then the city shall authorize to annex the property described wherein into the corporate limits of the city. Section 5. The area proposed for annexation is further for general reference on the map attached hereto as Exhibit A. Section 6. The city clerk is hereby authorized and directed to notify the Clay County Board of Election Commissioners of the passage of this ordinance and to take all steps necessary to submit the above proposal to the qualification voters of the city in accordance with Missouri law. Section 7. The mayor and the city clerk and any other appropriate officials of the city are hereby authorized and directed to take all such further actions, execute all documents, and perform all acts as may be necessary to carry out the intent of this ordinance and to ensure the proper submission of the proposition to the voters.
Section 8, the ordinance shall be in full force and effect from and after its passage and approval. Introduced in writing, read by title 2 times, passed and approved this blank day of August 2025. So back to the
Just the title twice.
Ordinance number 3250807, an ordinance of the city of Mosby, Missouri, calling for an election on November 4th, 2025, to submit to the qualified voters of the city the question of whether to annex certain territory into the city of Mosby, Missouri, and authorize the city clerk to take actions as are necessary to place the question on the ballot.
One more time.
Ordinance number 3250807, an ordinance of the city of Mosby, Missouri, calling for an election on November 4th, 2025, to submit to the qualified voters of the city the question of whether to annex certain territory into the city of Mosby, Missouri, and authorize the city clerk to take such actions as are necessary to place the question on the ballot.
Okay.
I move to approve such ordinance.
Okay. You second?
Yep.
Okay.
Phoebe, you made the motion to accept it?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, all in favor to accept the ordinance number 3250807? Aye.
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 Motion carries to accept the ordinance. Okay. Yeah.
She's got
all
it.
right, yeah, but you-
I will make sure she gets it.
Yeah, make sure she gets it. Okay. Okay, Public Works, where we covered the water line break on 122nd Street, so.
Yep, covered the water line break, covered the pit, unless you guys have any other questions on that. And I think really the only other thing is the truck broke down last week, I think it was Monday, whatever, last week. I had to put a new fuel pump and fuel filter in it. It's running again, but I know money is tight. But I know back in March or May, I think we approved to get a new work truck for the city, so I would suggest, if you guys could help, if you see something, or, I'm gonna keep my eyes open, but just so you know, that truck is probably not gonna last a whole lot longer. We've already sunk quite a bit of money into it, it's gonna need quite a bit more, and it's not gonna plow snow. I can't put that plow back on it for the winter, so we'll have to get something. before
So,
winter.
can we weld it up?
The frame's bent,
Is it really?
that truck's just not meant to handle a plow, and the frame finally bent on it, so.
So what we need, probably a 1-ton truck?
At least a three-quarter.
Quarter to one, yeah,
So just keep your eyes open and.
Well, we're gonna have to look into that right away, because it won't, winter's coming in.
Winter's gonna be here
Or
next
not.
week.
Yeah.
The closer to winter, the higher the prices are gonna go on those.
Yeah, so.
And it's not, no, not necessarily a new truck, a different truck.
Right, yeah, not a brand new truck, yes.
A new one is what we got.
I think we put a $10,000 limit on it in the low.
Yeah, this truck is what, 1988?
1990.
It's a new one
It's
then.
pretty new, pretty new.
The fire department donated that truck.
No, it's the cities to start with.
Huh? It was the city to start with, I didn't know that. But anyway, we need a truck.
Yeah.
Okay. Public voice. Somebody,
Well, first I want to know, is there going to be ever anybody in the office to actually go pay bills, like after 3 o'clock?
well, I don't know, that's something that has to be decided by the council, and you wanna,
There's a drop box.
there's a drop box out there. You know.
Huh?
There's a drop box outside.
Yeah, I know, but I don't have checks, and I don't feel comfortable putting cash in there.
You know what?
I don't feel comfortable putting cash in there.
Oh, well, it comes inside, I don't know. so.
She doesn't write on my bill that I put it in there,
Okay, all
so
right. So, you're,
I'm just saying,
you're not here then,
I get off at 3.
do you? Okay. All right. Well, that's something we need to look into. Okay.
Yeah, and I also have something about the dogs, because anything being done with those.
Yeah, that's all. Well, that's part of our, Clay County, they're gonna do the complaints on the dogs, so. Hopefully, I think it has to go back for it has to come before the commissioners yet. I believe that has to, I think that's the way it works. They have to approve it'll be the approval whenever they get to it, I guess, so. It should be coming up soon, and they're gonna do several ordinances, okay?
So they're going to follow up on the ordinances?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, because me and my grandkids got chased by some dogs over the weekend, and I don't appreciate that. I had one in my hand, and I'm dragging one to get away from these dogs.
Yeah, we realize it, so Clay County, they will do that. That's part of our contract to take care of the dog situation. So hopefully, by the end of this month, we'll have one, they'll be in here. I mean, we've been trying to get them in there for a long time. I mean, we keep getting blamed for that, but what held up was they wouldn't insure, our insurance company wouldn't insure their cars. Okay, that was the problem. So we had to go to an outside source, what, AOC to,
EOC.
DOC, whatever it was, yeah. So we had to pay them extra money. Yes, Dan?
How are you supposed to fence in a dog?
Well, we have a
If
leash.
it can only
Yeah.
be,
We have a
it
leash
has to be
law.
18 inches off the ground with the fence.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's, we have a leash law. Then you used to give,
Whose idea was that?
what, the leash law?
Having
Oh, I don't,
FEMA?
I don't know. I don't, did you ever
FEMA?
see? Was it FEMA?
Federal.
But I think that refers to like privacy fences, which are, now if you're talking a fence that's got holes in it where the water can go through it.
Yeah, wire fence
Yes,
to keep a
if-
dog in.
Yes, if the water will go through it, you're good with that, Dan. But I think their main concern was like privacy fences that would go all the way to the ground, that would block that water and cause it to come back on somebody else. Where a chain link fence or, you know, the one with the square, that water's gonna go through that.
But they don't, FEMA won't let us have a board fence. I mean, you know, that's, it's closed, you know.
Who enforces the leash laws then? Because you said we have one in effect, but it's not.
It will be
taken
Clay,
care of.
it will be
Yeah, we had no way to enforce them. We've asked Excelsior before and said, well, no, we can't take care of it. If we had a place to keep the dogs, we would have to spend about, what, $20,000-$30,000 to board them?
So,
Have it, just get ready to.
Clay County can enforce the rules.
Yes,
right?
yes.
But nobody knows when they're coming.
Do what?
So,
You guys don't know when Clay County's gonna be?
We have to request them in. They'll be here, right now, we're gonna have them here 4 hours a week, 20 hours a month.
When do they start?
But they're going to enforce our ordinances, so.
can I
Yeah,
feel
like the
free
camper
to-
people are gonna be gone.
Wait a minute, let's slow down a minute.
Yeah.
Let's raise our hands, please, and we will.
Dan, you had.
Dan, and then the next person who wants to speak, if you'll raise your hands, we'll acknowledge
What were you
you.
gonna ask, Dan?
Instead of people trying
Can
to,
I feel free to build a fence? I'm thinking about getting me a wiener dog.
Okay. You're
You go
talking
for
about
it.
vicious dogs there, aren't you? Okay.
You know what?
So, yeah, you can build
Lucky you.
you can build a wire fence, yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Well, that don't change.
Nobody ever said what kind of fence.
Yeah, I mean,
Alright.
as long as the water can flow, I mean, if you're gonna have a flood, you'll know it anyway, you can get the dog out of there, I mean, you know, so, okay. Yeah, go ahead, I don't see a problem with that. You, I mean, that's,
Okay, somebody asked the question, when are they gonna do it? That's what we're trying to get this, final. We've been trying for several months to get them to sign. And we've done everything we can to submit the paperwork properly filled out and signed and notarized. And we're waiting on the commission down there to say, okay, and then the sheriff is approved to come in. So it's all up, at this point, it's up to that commission down there in Clay County.
so what if they say no?
I don't think so, I mean, we've already signed the contract,
We've signed the contract to do it, we're just,
they haven't
Waiting for
gone to
final
the
approval.
commissioner yet, so.
so I honestly don't know, because I want those dogs taken care of too. They come around and chase my cat. And I have a very friendly cat. Who's back there? Dina.
Yeah. So we don't know if the Clay County lease is going to be here this month of August.
We're hoping to,
Hopefully.
we hope
Whenever-
to sometime this month
hopefully go
to
for
get
the
that
next
final
session.
thing, okay, here it is.
It'll be, what'd you say?
We hope that it will be this month.
This month. Okay, so when
We're
they do come out and there's a dog situation, unless the person is bitten, they can't do anything.
They can't.
Now, is that
because we
gonna
have-
change?
Huh? Do what, David? I'm sorry.
If the person is not bitten by the dog, and I love dogs. These are mean dogs,
Yeah,
big. And so if the person's not bitten, they cannot do anything.
Thinking that one.
They
If
won't
they're
do
not
nothing if
bitten.
a person's not bitten. I think that was probably something that Clay County was doing before they was hired by us to do stuff for us.
Right.
They were coming in on their own on those calls.
So you're giving us the assurance that when they do come
We're
in.
giving up insurance on the Clay County police car.
No, giving
No,
us
us
insurance.
assurance, you're giving us assurance.
Assurance.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Assurance that when they come out, if there's an aggressive dog chasing one of the children, that we can call the police, they will hunt the dog down, and it will be gone.
I wish I could tell you yes on that, but, I mean, that's part of the agreement that we've asked them to do.
Oh, and also the owner could be fined.
Yes.
There is a $100 fine for
For a dog
for
that's not
dog
on a
running
leash.
loose.
I think it starts out at 50. and then it
Yeah.
goes
But we
to
cannot enforce it because
Because we don't have a police force.
Clay, now that Clay County come here, we can actually enforce that, okay?
Yeah, I had 3 big dogs come up on my deck and attack me.
Really?
Yeah,
I mean, I shouldn't say this,
they were
but,
gonna bite me and stuff.
yeah, but,
But I ain't gonna, I'm not the kind of person to let a dog bite me.
yeah.
You got the right to protect yourself, don't you?
What did Clay County tell you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
But if we're coming in here, they're going to enforce our ordinances. They're not going to tell us to shut it.
But that's what they had on their mind.
I'm sorry.
So what exactly is the ordinance of Mosby for stray dogs?
They're not
What
supposed-
exactly is the ordinance on the books in
They're
Mosby for
supposed to
stray
be on a
dogs?
leash.
Yeah, it's a leash law, they're supposed to be on a leash, and if they're out and they, running around, they get
What
picked
does
up.
what does the ordinance say that the city will do with the animal that's the problem? It's gotta be in the ordinance, whether it's gonna go to the shelter, whether it's gonna go to wherever it's gonna
I
go.
don't know. We don't have
I
a,
know at one time that, but of course you've got to prove that it was a stray dog to start with. And you've got to find out who the owner of that dog is. They would get tickets, and they would have to come to court, and they would be fined. Okay? And if they came back in the second time, the fine went up. But without having the ordinance book here in front of me and not looking at it for some time, I honestly, I can't tell you what the ordinance really said, what it actually says.
Well,
I mean, if
the
I-
problem,
Huh?
the problem with all that, people drop dogs off down here and
I know.
nobody owns them.
And even the
And if
dogs that,
somebody tries to feed them or be nice to them, they think that he owns them.
and I will assure you that some of the dogs that are running now, we know they belong to people, but if the county approaches them, that ain't my dog. We've seen it happen. But, yeah,
but we don't.
that'll be a call for Clay
I
County to
remember,
make.
I remember a time when the city had dog catcher.
Had what, huh?
Had dog catcher.
We
Here in
did,
town.
we did.
That's what we had a police force at that time.
So the dog catcher would pick up the dog and take it to a shelter somewhere?
Excelsior will not take dogs from us. We have tried in the past, they will not take any.
We've had chickens killed from the dogs, so the dogs are a huge issue. Like,
Well, let's not go there.
They come in our yard, chase the kids, it's,
They come up on my front porch and attack my dog when my dog's on my front
As a
porch. So,
farmer,
it's,
if the dog takes out your chicken, you can shoot the dog.
that's what Clay County told us, that now, if we have, aggressive dogs in our yards, just shoot them. Because we're
That's,
considered
okay, I didn't
a
want to
county.
say that, but that's what I was
Yeah, that's
told
what-
they said, so.
Yep.
So you brought it up, that's what I heard you. If they,
Yeah,
if they're
because we had
aggressive,
the black and white pit bull of his attack our chickens,
yeah.
so,
You have a right to protect yourself, but.
yeah, no.
And your
I
livestock.
think our fear is that, like, on our property, we can handle the situation, but say we're walking with our children to the mailbox or something like that,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna carry a gun.
Oh, I
around.
understand.
We understand, because
Yeah.
we
And I
don't
know,
want to
I
walk there
understand.
now.
I think my question would be, you said that you signed something to send to Clay County for this?
Sign the contract.
The
Sign a
contract.
contract?
Yeah, it's in the contract
When
to
was
address the
that?
dog situation.
Yeah.
When did you sign that contract?
just a while ago.
Okay.
But I have,
This
the
was-
clerk has to come in, and we have to type up the minutes. The minutes have got to be taken to Clay County showing what we discussed in the meeting and what we would want Clay County to do for us. and then they will proceed. Yes, sir.
You do have a city ordinance against people shooting the dogs in the city.
We have a city ordinance against firearms. I mean,
Okay, so a person cannot protect herself in the city. If it was county, they could, but in the city, they can't, correct?
Unfortunately, like he just said, Clay County has come out here and told people you have the right to shoot that dog. I'm just telling you, and
between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah, I mean, because of this, we're considered rural county here. It's not even considered a county.
At least that's-
no, we're a fourth-class city.
That's a city.
So, anyway, hopefully they will come in here soon and we can get this, get some of these things done. Hopefully, that's what we're trying to do.
Yep.
Go ahead.
All the campers around town, in the ordinances, it says that they have to be highway ready and licensed and tagged. Is that going to be enforced when Clay County comes in?
That is one of the things that's high on our list, okay? That's a high
Yeah.
priority right
That's
now.
a priority.
We have
why we
multiple-
should-
And that's already in the works, okay? So,
Yeah.
That would be great.
yeah. Yeah, that's already been, some of them been served already, and
It's not stopping them.
Yeah, unfortunately, more are coming in, they're bringing in more trailers.
yeah, that's what I heard. You got some over here squatting on the property over here too.
Yeah, they're staying in the vacant houses across the street from there too.
Yeah, well, that's gonna stop,
We've
okay?
also seen them in the trailers over here that our family owns.
Yeah, well, that's one of our high priorities right now, is getting that taken care of, okay? Good.
David?
Did the contract that you're doing with Clay County, is it going to include enforcing all the mining ordinances that we got proposed last meeting? Are they gonna hold all those up?
We gotta redo that ordinance. There's some things in there that we have to go over again, so we're gonna have to redo it.
So you're not,
Why does it have to be redone?
15-day notice.
Yeah, there's something about it, we got to put some, there's a portion of it we got to put in the paper, okay? 15-day, one of the ordinances, right? One of the sections? Okay, so that'll be coming up
and
again.
that was on the mining ordinances?
It was on everything, several things, okay?
Why, what is the reason that it has to be redone?
Because it has
We just told you.
has to do with zoning.
Because they're not zoned for
It's anything to do with zoning, anything to do with land, has to have a 15-day notice, the way I understand it from the attorney.
Notice of public notice?
It has to be,
Yeah, public notice.
in the paper, that's what.
So that ordinance,
So in other words,
Doesn't matter.
the special meeting that we had when you presented all the mining ordinances was just crap?
Pretty much, yeah.
It wasn't
We didn't-
state statute.
It wasn't set to state
It wasn't set to
statute.
state statute, right. So we have to redo that
Okay.
with a 15-day notice and do it properly.
Now, again, I asked my question, the contract that you are going to have with Clay County, when you redo these ordinances, are they going to uphold all of those ordinances for mining on the Quarry?
I believe they uphold ordinances in general, don't they?
Yes, supposedly, that's what they said, I don't know. They just
So
said
you
that
can't tell us,
We
you
haven't had-
can't tell us positively.
We haven't asked them specifically about every single ordinance. We haven't asked them about dog leases. We haven't sit down with them and said that. We're signing a contract with them to enforce ordinances in general. So we haven't gone through the whole code book to ask every specific question. We do this, we do that, we do this, we do that. So
So you
we
don't-
haven't done that because I'm sure there's hundreds of.
And there's some
ordinances.
things they probably won't do, you know, I mean, we can't make.
We understand that, but we specifically asked at the last meeting that if Clay County was going to,
Well, we haven't asked that question.
but we were told that they would, so now you're saying, no, I don't know.
I don't know.
So I don't
You're saying
know,
that?
you know.
In saying that everything in the last meeting, when we had all these mining ordinances put out to us, then I'm guessing that nothing has been presented to Heidecker yet. Well, these new
Well, we haven't
ordinances.
finalized it, gonna do
This
a
has to be
do-over on
redone.
that, so, yeah.
We haven't finalized.
That's what they want to do,
Oh.
they can't do it, they have to agree to it because it wasn't legal.
So, yeah, it's gotta be legal.
Gotta be put in the paper.
So we just have to advertise it in 15 days and and we'll do it again.
Are you gonna put it in the Excelsior Springs paper like Clay County?
Or Richmond.
We can put it in any paper that we choose, but it will be put in the Standard.
Can I say something? I've had my hand up a long time. And this concerns the mining. I understand that it's supposed to be a zoning board, because it had to do with zoning. And I understood that it has to be a 24-hour notice that you're gonna have a meeting. There has to be a hearing to the public, and that's what I read. And then 15 days notice in the local newspaper.
I think that's right.
Huh?
I think it's section
No, you didn't say that.
089.050.
Do what, did what, Dina?
I think it's section 089.050, that those steps have to be taken or it's not legit.
That's what we just talked about, 15-day notice.
But you said 15-day notice. It says public hearing. It says 24-hour notice. There are certain procedural steps that has to be taken, and I don't want to be evasive about this.
We always give a 24-hour notice before our meetings, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, 24-hour notice.
Yeah, we always do that, it's always posted.
15 days notice. It's law.
Technically, what she's trying to say is that you guys can't just come in here, redo ordinances and vote on it that night. It has to be a public hearing from what she's trying to say.
Correct, and that's why we have to read
Yeah, that's
this.
what we gotta do, we gotta follow that.
Because
It
it
has
was
to-
not
has to
put
be
in the paper for
We
15 days.
discovered that.
And then the day before the meeting, and then the day before the meeting, we always give a 24-hour notice, just like we do our council meetings and everything,
But that night it was not.
huh?
On July.
And that's why we have to redo
And
it.
so they're gonna have to redo it.
But who's giving you this information about how to do these ordinances? Is it the lawyer? I'm sorry, I don't mean to be attacking. It's just.
Well, the attorney said.
You know, we want to be involved in the city, we want to.
No, I know, I understand that, yeah. But the attorney said that there's parts of that would have to be put in the paper, right? I mean, we didn't realize that, okay?
Right.
But normally you can pass ordinance and you don't have to go through all that, but there was a section in there that said it has to be put in the paper. And they said, okay, we'll just have to redo it, okay? Put it in the paper, okay, go ahead.
You said that you've already got a contract set up with the sheriff's department, and you talked about them enforcing the ordinances for the mine, but if you don't have an ordinance already voted in, do you think that the sheriff's office is just going to accept whatever you're asking them to do with the mine, or you think you're going to end up back in renegotiations with the sheriff's office?
That's up to the sheriff's department, right, what they're gonna do. They tell us what they're gonna do. If they don't wanna go out there, well, they can't make them, okay?
So then who's going to be your enforcer? I mean, we just had somebody killed out here 3 days ago because someone failed to yield. If you go to the highway patrol accident site, it protects the identities of the people, but it states it was a failure to yield. That's what all of us in here keep telling you.
You're talking about the accident that just happened?
Yes.
Okay, well, that's
So things like that.
that's a state highway.
We don't have any.
Never mind, you're completely missing the point.
Let's go back to this on July 9th. On July 9th, I asked if you guys would reach out to MoDOT like I did and just write a
That's what we do.
So have you guys reached out to MoDOT and emailed them?
We just talked about that. We're gonna ask them to maybe reduce it to 45 miles an hour, put a yellow light out there or something, and or truck crossing or whatever. That's on them. That's not on us. I mean, we're gonna try to get them to do it.
Somebody else is gonna die again.
Well, yeah, but we don't control the highway. Everything on this side of the. Wait a minute. Let me tell you this. On this side of that overpass, railroad, there's a easement, that's a railroad, okay? You get on the other side, you've got a railroad easement, and you got a state highway easement. We can't control drivers going out there.
Even when we had policemen here, they wouldn't let us out on the highway.
No.
We can't enforce that.
So that was.
I know it's a tragic thing, I mean.
My question was, have you guys wrote MoDOT and
Haven't we
asked
contacted them
to?
several times?
Yes.
Yeah, they won't even cut the grass out there. We asked them to cut the grass. We've actually gone out there ourselves and put cones up. Paul and I went out there last year, they got hit by a car. We decided we can't do that.
So, and I agree with that, and I believe on that July.
Because you're coming this way, you cannot see a car coming out through there.
I do have a call into MoDOT. They have not called me back yet in regards to out here as what we can do and not do to make, I know it's tragic. And
Yeah, really, it really is.
It really is. But that's an independent truck driver. I mean, that would be like telling David, you can't drive like this.
But the facts are, we
But the fact is-
have all
I agree
came
with
before
you.
you guys.
I agree with you guys on that.
Let me speak. We have all come before you guys and told you about the crazy driving from it doesn't matter if it's an independent truck or whoever, they all do not respect anybody else on the road. And we're not just talking about the highway, we're talking about all the way from Heidecker to the highway. We were behind one the other day and he just went on the other side of the road and back. He was just all over the place.
Well, most of
And we've come before you, and you're still telling us there's nothing you can do.
We can't.
Well, you could have.
It's an Excelsior up there coming in.
Is
coming
it part of
this
that
way.
Mosby though?
Half of that road is Mosby.
Half
We have
of it
gone
is
to
Excelsior, half of it
We
is
have.
Mosby.
So
It's
complain to
Excelsior
the
owns
sheriff's
half, we own
department about
half.
the
And we
Mosby
have gone to Excelsior and complained about it.
So what'd they do?
And what did
What'd
they
they tell
do?
you? What'd they tell you?
The same thing.
What's that? Well, what we're telling you?
That we are responsible. They had a contract with Heidecker, but now they don't have a contract anymore and they're working on it.
You guys are pointing one way and.
They are, that's what they're doing.
There's a large section
Nobody
there
does anything.
that is completely Excelsior. From the scales all the way down the highway, that's completely Excelsior.
Both sides.
Both sides.
Outside,
So you're just not gonna take responsibility for your side. You want us to go complain to Excelsior, which I've told you,
At
we
69
have.
Highway, at 69 Highway, as you're going towards Mosby on Cameron Road, that's Excelsior, both sides.
On the west side or the?
Both
Both
sides.
sides.
We have no jurisdiction there at all.
That's Clay County. And Excelsior,
No, it's Excelsior.
Excelsior there, yeah.
Because Excelsior annexed it all. David?
If Clay County,
Oh, speaking of dogs, there's one.
that dog.
Oh, shot my chicken. My chickens.
David?
If Clay County says no, we're not going to enforce your ordinances on the mine, then who is?
We'll cross that bridge when we get there. I
No,
mean,
we need to cross that bridge now.
But we don't know what Clay County's gonna
We
tell
can't,
us.
Somebody's gotta
we can't
control
force
those
Clay
people.
County to go out there, okay? If they don't wanna go, we can't force them out there.
I'm not saying that. What I'm asking you,
This is
Harlan,
why we need to come here.
is who is going to do it if Clay County says no?
Well,
If Clay County says no, we're not gonna go out there and force these ordinances that you have on Heidecker mining. Who's gonna do that?
well, they have state regulations.
Somebody's gotta control them.
Out there, they have all kinds of regulations, they have inspections all the time out there, so, I mean, they're, I don't know.
As far as
We don't have a.
The trucks on the road.
We don't have a police force here no more, okay?
That's what we're trying to say. So if Clay County, I got you. If Clay County says, hey, we're not gonna do that, what is your guy, have you guys looked ahead at that possibility to say, oh, well, then what are we gonna do if Clay County
Well,
denies
you can
us?
call 911 to Clay County, to Clay County, they'll respond, that's the only thing they'll respond to.
Okay, so then if you don't have a police to enforce any of your.
No, we do not have a police force.
Yes, sir, I understand that, Mayor. So if you don't, and Clay County says, no, we're not doing that, and they back out of this contract, which is definitely possible at this point from what I hear between everything going on here, okay? do you all have a second or third option to hire someone to come in, a legal, state-operated law enforcement agency? Do you have another one that you could say, how do you talk to, hey, if Clay County doesn't work, let's see if Excelsior will do it. If that doesn't work, right? So,
That's what
yeah,
you guys are
that's what we're trying to ask. Because here's why.
We have tried to contact Excelsior. They don't want to come out here. We have tried to find individuals who will come out here, and we cannot find any individuals.
It's because of the way the government's being run.
We cannot find anybody willing to come out and do it. So Clay County and the state would be. They, well,
Dina?
Highway Patrol,
I just happened to, it was a
Jurisdiction.
wonderful thing. Joanne, spoke with Joanne Lawson today. And she is very concerned about what's going on here and it's very helpful. But she is going to speak with the sheriff tonight about changing the speed limit on the highways in front of the stretch of Mosby. Because I asked her, I said, they changed the speed limit up on by Scottsdale Road. And, you know, you had mentioned, Sally, in your meetings, like, we tried, can't. So I asked her, and she said she's gonna talk with the sheriff, and maybe from like, you know, the bridge before Poor Boys or something, all the way to Owens or something like that.
That'd be awesome.
Then it could go down to 45.
Well, it sounds good. We gotta get, the state has to do that. We can't-
So our biggest thing is,
I mean, we're gonna try to get them to do something out there.
but here's the question everybody wants to know. Has the city of Mosby's Board of Aldermen sent any email, and can you confirm via email, not a cell phone call, that you have contacted MoDOT? Because when I contacted MoDOT and said, hey, look, here's the issues. High grass, people are doing the speed limit 65, and I said this back on July 3rd. And we talked about this, right? And I said, this is what they...
Well...
So when I offered you guys, I said, hey, why don't you guys just write an email to them, right? Tell them the things that you guys think could happen, and maybe as the city of Mosby, then they would go, okay, cool, we might do that now because the city of Mosby has done
I believe the state in Kearney has they have a station out there. We'll just go out there and talk to them and see what they
I
can
don't
do.
need to, you need to.
I said I would go, I didn't say you, I said we'll go out there and talk to them, okay? Look, I tell you what, we're not getting anywhere here, we're just arguing back and forth. We're gonna go out there and try to get MoDOT to do something, okay? I'll go out there myself, I'll take somebody with me if they wanna go. And try to get them to do something out there on this highway. It is dangerous, I understand that, okay? And it's an enforcement of what happened, all right? It's bad.
And we call MoDOT every single year. There's probably 10 people that call MoDOT every year to mow the grass on 69.
I know, like I say, we go down there and cut it ourselves, so.
There was a gentleman way back with his hand up for quite some time. Way back there.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Well, I was just wondering exactly when did you contact MoDOT? Or when you put your request in?
I called MoDOT today and left a message, and they have not returned my call.
Okay, today.
Yes.
So we brought this up how long ago?
But, sir,
He just said it was July 3rd.
This has been ongoing.
it's been ongoing.
We're going to get a hold of, like I said, I'll go out there myself. I want to find out what they're going to do.
I've had friends, you should.
I'm telling you, I'm going to find out what we can do, all right? And let's don't just hashing this anymore. My gosh.
I got a number.
We're running in the ground, okay?
Got it.
Let me get it, yeah.
I'm just letting you know.
I think you guys have missed the point.
Yeah.
Nathan is trying to do a conservative suggestion. If I might help you.
Why should a citizen be doing your job?
Excuse me, Chris?
Why should a
I'll
citizen
make a motion to
be
adjourn.
doing your job?
Second. Meeting adjourned.
I'm going to have a question about the agenda.
Now you can go ahead and talk. What's that, Ron?
During the wanting to do an annexation based on request from Rodas, who applicant Dr. Paul is also a project. So have you had any conversation with project?
No, it's all right.
No, it's a vote. It's a vote now.
Well, it's gonna go to the vote. They may go against them. I don't know how it's gonna turn out, you know?
So no,
Hey, you know, as far as you deal with the trucks and the highway and all this stuff, it's real simple. You guys got the power just to shut it down.
You may not have the power. What I was going to try to suggest to you is, Nathan was going to go there. You have weight. As a city, you carry more weight than individuals do. And so if you were to write something, not just go visit with someone and talk to them, you write an email, write a letter, that will carry more weight. That's the point.
Okay.
But you're leaving it to the citizens, and that's why nothing's getting done.
Okay.
What citizen are we leaving it to, Chris?
The ones who have called MoDOT. The ones who have been
I called
complaining
MoDOT.
about our deck. The ones who have called the Clay County Commission and called the governor and called all of the other places because you guys,
You know what, I got a phone call today, and we talked for quite some time, and
who was it?
I'm not gonna tell you that.
Why are you talking about?
Because this woman told me today, she said, I assumed and I should not have assumed. She assumed that I was gonna do something, and she made the assumption that's the way I was gonna do this. And I said, you don't know me, you can't assume nothing.
Only thing we can do is go by what you all are telling us.
You know what, I've had people from this town killed out there on the highway before, and it had nothing to do with dump trucks. It had to do with the road itself and the intersection. It had nothing to do with dump trucks. I've had several friends go into the little creek. Pardon me?
It's been building up since the Quarry came in.
Yes.
Straight up.
There's just as many though?
Straight up. Right out there and gone up in percentage. Quarry and salt companies coming in.
They become part of the city, you should at least have a conversation with them on things they could possibly do.
You talked about this guy yielding instead of stopping. We're not police. We can't go out there and, because he didn't stop.
You are the rank government here in Mosby.
You know, somebody posted on, never mind.
The trucks are so impressive. Listen, guys. Every single thing I do reports about people. One minute. Thank you. What happened out there and that person lost her life was nobody's fault other than the driver. The truck driver that just killed this woman 2 or 3 days ago. It wasn't Eidecker, it wasn't anybody but that driver that took.
That's right.
The point is,
exactly.
you allow that Eidecker to keep going. It's
Okay, it's our fault. Then everything's our fault.
I'm not saying it's your fault, I'm just saying, listen to what's going to happen. I'm not blaming you, I'm saying you can help us to put a stop to it. It's only going to get worse.
Zero. We're done.
Of you.
That's bullshit.
I understand get new people in office that care about your town.
I'm born and raised in this town. I care more in this town than anybody ever.
And that's, you're thinking more about yourself, Sally, I'm sorry.